The sun had just started to set on the horizon when the people of Sanctuary Hills began to gather in the town square. It was a special day for the small community, one that they had been preparing for weeks in anticipation. Halloween in Sanctuary Hills. The town had been through a lot since the war, but the people had persevered, rebuilding their homes and lives from the destruction. They had finally decided that such a special day should be celebrated with enthusiasm and joy, and so the preparations had begun. The town square was decorated with festive banners, pumpkins, and cobwebs. A large bonfire had been built in the center, and the children were gathered around it, eagerly waiting for the festivities to begin. The adults had set up a variety of activities and games for the children to enjoy, from bobbing for apples to pin the tail on the donkey. There was even a haunted house set up at the edge of the square, complete with fake cobwebs and spooky decorations. As the sun set, the townspeople lit the bonfire and began the festivities. The children were delighted to see the familiar faces of their neighbors, and soon the whole town was dancing, singing, and laughing together. The adults had brought out an array of treats, from candy apples to popcorn balls, and the children eagerly devoured them. Later in the evening, the adults had a few surprises of their own, a costume contest and a spooky storytelling session. The costume contest was a huge hit among the children, and they all competed to show off their creative costumes. The adults were also in the spirit of the holiday, and dressed up in their own costumes, from witches to ghosts. The storytelling session was equally popular, and the adults regaled the children with tales of monsters, ghouls, and scary creatures. The dark night sky seemed to add to the atmosphere, and the children shivered with delight. At the end of the night, everyone gathered around the bonfire once more to share stories and thank each other for the wonderful evening. As the flames of the bonfire slowly died down, the children and adults of Sanctuary Hills all smiled, knowing that this Halloween had been one of the best they had ever experienced. The people of Sanctuary Hills had been through a lot, but this night had reminded them that no matter what happened, they would always be safe and happy in their little town. As the clock struck midnight, the people of Sanctuary Hills finally returned to their homes, their hearts full of joy and love. They had spent an unforgettable night together, and the memories of their Halloween in Sanctuary Hills would remain in their hearts forever.